Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive while others struggle, even in similar circumstances? Welcome back. In this part, we'll investigate how small events can lead to significant outcomes, the freedom money can offer, and the often hidden truths about wealth. You'll discover why real financial success is about more than just accumulating assets. It's about the choices and freedoms that money provides. By the end of these chapters, you'll appreciate the multifaceted nature of wealth and how it shapes our lives beyond mere figures. Chapter 6. Tails, You Win. Picture this. You've invested your hard-earned money into a diversified portfolio. You track every dip and rise obsessively, sweating bullets over daily fluctuations. But what if I told you that all that anxiety is misplaced? What if the key to your financial success lies in a handful of extraordinary moments, rather than your constant vigilance? The problem many investors face is the illusion of consistency. We often expect our investments to yield regular returns, clinging to the belief that we can predict outcomes based on short-term trends. However, the stark truth is that most of our gains come from a tiny fraction of our investments, the tails in the distribution. These are the big wins that can dramatically shift your financial trajectory, and they often come when you least expect them. Ignoring this reality leads to frustration and impulsive decisions. When investors fixate on short-term results, they risk overreacting to market volatility, buying high out of fear, and selling low out of panic. This cycle not only erodes their potential gains, but also amplifies stress and uncertainty in their financial lives. So, what's the solution? We need to cultivate patience and a long-term perspective. By accepting that a small number of events drive most outcomes, we can stop chasing daily market movements and instead focus on finding and holding on to those extraordinary investments. Consider the analogy of baseball. While a team may make countless hits throughout a season, it's the home runs that truly drive the score. Likewise, in investing, it's those rare, monumental gains that will shape your financial future. The rest, those small gains and losses, are just noise. To adopt this mindset, start by shifting your focus from daily performance to long-term potential. Identify opportunities that have the potential to become tails investments that, although risky, could yield transformative returns. Practice patience and resilience in your strategy, understanding that the most significant financial victories often require time to unfold. Remember, investing is not about chasing every blip on the radar. It's about positioning yourself to capitalize on the moments that truly matter. Trust that wealth accumulation is a long game, and when you embrace this principle, you'll find that the anxiety and pressure of constant monitoring dissipate, allowing you to make wiser, more deliberate choices. In the end, the path to financial success is paved with a few significant wins rather than a steady stream of modest returns. Embrace the unpredictability of investing. Keep your eyes on the horizon and let the tails lead you to your financial goals. Chapter 7. Freedom. Imagine waking up in the morning with the power to choose what your day looks like. No alarm clocks dictating your schedule, no bosses demanding your attention. You're free to decide how you spend your time. Now, what if I told you most people, in their pursuit of financial freedom, are chasing an illusion instead? The problem is that many individuals conflate financial freedom with luxury, thinking that it's all about having a big house, expensive cars, or lavish vacations. But that's not what true freedom looks like. True financial freedom is about having control over your time and choices, not about accumulating excess. Consider this. People often strive for financial success to afford a lifestyle they think will bring them happiness, only to find themselves shackled by the very things they thought would grant them freedom. It's a paradox. They accumulate debt for bigger homes and nicer cars, believing that these possessions will grant them happiness and freedom. Instead, they find themselves trapped in a cycle of stress, working harder to pay for things that don't bring genuine fulfillment. The ripple effect of this misunderstanding can be devastating. When we chase an extravagant lifestyle, we can end up overcommitting ourselves financially. This not only leads to anxiety about money, but also traps us in jobs we don't enjoy, working hours we don't want to keep up with our expensive habits. We become slaves to our possessions, trapped by our financial commitments, rather than free to live life on our own terms. So what's the solution? We need to redefine our understanding of financial freedom. It's not about how much you have. It's about how much control you wield over your life. True freedom is like being able to write your own schedule, having the ability to choose how you spend your day, whether that's pursuing your passions, spending time with family, or simply enjoying a quiet afternoon. To achieve this, focus on what truly matters. Align your financial goals with your values. Instead of chasing after a lifestyle that society deems successful, define what financial freedom means for you personally. It might mean simplifying your life, living with less, or creating a budget that allows for more meaningful experiences instead of more possessions. Remember, the goal isn't just to have money, it's to have control over your life. When you prioritize your time and choices over material possessions, you'll find that true financial freedom isn't about how much you own, it's about how much you can live authentically and purposefully. Chapter 8: Man in the Car Paradox. Imagine cruising down the street in a brand new luxury car. The engine roars, and you can't help but feel a rush of pride. You think to yourself, this will turn heads. People will admire me. But what if I told you that they're not admiring you at all? They're just admiring the car. The problem lies in the common belief that owning status symbols, luxury cars, sprawling mansions, designer clothes will earn you admiration and respect from others. We live in a culture that equates material possessions with personal worth, leading many to chase after these symbols of success in hopes of validation. Yet, the harsh truth is that others often don't perceive our possessions in the same way we do. This misconception creates a ripple effect that can lead to significant financial stress and disappointment. When people chase admiration through consumption, they often find themselves in debt, sacrificing savings and investments for the fleeting high of status. The irony is that while they believe they're purchasing admiration, what they're really acquiring is the burden of financial obligations and the illusion of success. So what's the solution? We must recognize that people admire what wealth can afford, not the wealthy person themselves. This mindset shift allows us to break free from the need for validation through our spending habits. Instead of equating our self-worth with our possessions, we can focus on building genuine relationships and connections that provide real satisfaction. Think of the analogy. Owning a luxury car might make you feel special, but ultimately, it's the car that draws attention, not you. The admiration is for the item, not the person behind the wheel. When we understand this paradox, we can make smarter financial decisions, investing in experiences and relationships that truly enrich our lives rather than chasing material symbols of status. To combat this societal pressure, prioritize what genuinely brings you joy and fulfillment. Invest in your passions, relationships, and experiences rather than in things that may only offer temporary gratification. By redefining our understanding of success, we can cultivate a life that values personal growth and genuine connections over material possessions. In the end, true wealth is not about what you own, but who you are and how you choose to live. Embrace a mindset that prioritizes authenticity over appearance, and you'll find that admiration is earned through the richness of character, not the richness of possessions. Chapter 9. Wealth is what you don't see. Picture this: you're at a party and everyone is flaunting their latest purchases, the shiny new cars, the designer handbags, the lavish vacations. It's easy to get caught up in the superficial glamour. But what if I told you that beneath the surface lies the true essence of wealth, hidden from the casual observer? The problem is that many people gauge their wealth by what's visible: cars, houses, and luxury items. This leads to a culture of overspending and living beyond one's means. In this pursuit of outward displays of success, many fall into the trap of debt and financial insecurity. They're caught in the illusion that wealth is measured by material possessions, which creates a vicious cycle of consumption and financial distress. This focus on appearances can have a profound ripple effect. When we equate wealth with visible possessions, we often prioritize spending over saving and investing. This mindset can lead to financial instability as individuals stretch their budgets to maintain a facade of wealth. Rather than building true financial security, they risk their futures for the sake of appearances, missing out on opportunities for real wealth building. So, what's the solution? We need to shift our perspective on wealth. Real wealth isn't about what you can show off. It's about what you don't spend. It's the assets, savings, and investments that provide long-term security and peace of mind. Consider the analogy of an iceberg. What you see above the waterline is just a small fraction of what exists beneath the surface. The real mass of wealth is hidden from view: investments, savings accounts, and assets that accumulate over time. Just like the iceberg, true wealth requires a deep understanding and appreciation of what lies beneath the surface. To build genuine wealth, focus on saving and investing wisely. Develop a budget that prioritizes building your financial foundation rather than simply showcasing your lifestyle. Recognize that financial freedom comes from the discipline of not spending and the foresight to invest for the future. By shifting our definition of wealth away from material possessions and toward long-term financial health, we can make more informed decisions. Instead of striving for the next flashy item, let's invest in our future, building a legacy that lasts, hidden from the flashy displays of wealth that often lead to financial ruin. Chapter 10. Save money. Imagine this: you wake up one morning and the world is in chaos: mass layoffs, economic downturns, unexpected emergencies. It's the type of situation you never thought you'd face, but here you are. Now, imagine how different that day would feel if you had a safety net, a stash of savings to fall back on. Instead of panic, you'd feel a sense of control. This is the essence of what saving money really offers: options. We often think of saving in the narrow sense: save for retirement, save for that rainy day, save because everyone tells you to. But what most people don't realize is that saving is more than just securing your future. It's about giving yourself the flexibility to navigate the unpredictable waters of life. In his book, The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel hits the nail on the head when he says that savings represent the ultimate form of control. They're not just about accumulating wealth for a far-off goal. They're about buying yourself freedom today and tomorrow. Let's peel this back further. People often get stuck in a financial treadmill, feeling like they have to grind relentlessly to reach their goals, when the truth is that having a savings buffer lets you pause, reflect, and make better decisions. Without savings, every setback becomes a crisis. With savings, setbacks are just part of the journey. This is the quiet power of saving money. It takes you from being reactive to proactive. Take real-world examples. We've seen countless stories of people who get stuck in toxic jobs, dead-end careers, or even abusive relationships because they feel trapped by their financial circumstances. When you don't have savings, it's easy to feel like you have no choice but to endure, to keep pushing through misery just to stay afloat. But with even a modest cushion, you can make decisions that align with your values, not just your immediate financial pressures. The psychological benefits of having savings can't be overstated either. Knowing you have a financial cushion reduces stress, clears up mental bandwidth, and helps you think with more clarity. When you're not constantly worried about how you'll pay the bills or survive a surprise medical emergency, you can focus on long-term planning and personal growth. You can take that leap into a new career, launch a side business, or even take a break to recharge your mental and emotional health. Savings give you breathing room. But here's where people often get it wrong. They think of savings as this passive, stagnant pot of money, just sitting there doing nothing. But in reality, saving is an active, ongoing process that reflects discipline and foresight. It's about prioritizing future you, acknowledging that life's uncertainties will demand flexibility. And let's be honest, flexibility isn't free. It's earned through those small sacrifices we make today. Skipping the impulsive purchases, curbing lifestyle inflation, resisting the pull of instant gratification. So what can you do? Start by defining what freedom means to you. Is it the freedom to leave a job that no longer serves you? The freedom to travel? The freedom to retire early or to take care of a loved one when life throws curveballs? Whatever your definition is, anchor your savings strategy to that goal. Next, automate your savings. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to build a safety net is to make saving money a non-negotiable habit. Set up an automatic transfer to a separate account, even if it's just a small amount at first. Over time, you won't even miss that money, and it will grow into something that gives you room to breathe. Reframe how you think about savings. Don't see it as deprivation or something you're doing for the distant future. See it as buying back your time and options. Every dollar saved today is a little more control you have tomorrow. And when that moment comes, where life throws its inevitable curveball, you'll be ready not because you followed some arbitrary financial rule, but because you understood that saving is about securing your peace of mind and freedom. So remember, saving isn't just about the future. It's about creating flexibility in your life right now. The real reward of saving isn't in the amount, it's in the freedom it buys you, in the choices it allows you to make. And that, more than anything, is worth the effort. Now that you've grasped the intricate relationship between wealth and personal freedom, it's time to shift our focus. In the next segment, we'll tackle the essential elements of saving and the emotional aspects of financial decision-making. Get ready to redefine what being rational truly means in the world of finance. Don't forget to show some love. Like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss our next video.